Hello everyone and welcome back to Dredge. Last time we helped build out the iron rig and get their drill up and running, which ended up in us polluting the ocean with black sludge. So that was not so much fun. So I think we owe them a little bit of help to repair what damage we did. So we're gonna go and help the science lab today by getting the fish samples they wanted. If we check our pursuits, collect the samples from the Marrows. Collect samples from Marrows. We need a paddlefish, a Tully Monster, an Osteican, I'm not pronouncing that right, and a sea cucumber as well. So we'll head back to the Marrows and check that out. And as I was loading in, I did just get a little prompt to go speak to someone in the undermarket. That's kind of exciting. Got some items you might be interested in. Don't ask where they came from, better off not knowing. Can make some basic repairs too, but it'll cost you. Okay, so we don't need anything repaired. I don't think there's anything we kind of really need right now. We don't need the troll net. And spotlights. Ooh, research bar. No, we don't need that right now. I think that's okay. I'm gonna head and undock and head back to Little Marrow, and I'll do some fishing along the way. I will admit, I actually started recording today and forgot to hit record, so I did a little bit of work and totally didn't record it. So we do have, ooh, I got a blackfin tuna. The hydraulic rod so we can catch oceanic fish, and I did update how many net spaces I can, or rod spaces I can have, and I can also add nets to it. I think now we'll go take a look at nets in a minute when we get back to Little Marrow. But Oopa days, so there's about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of recording I just didn't get. But I have kind of tried to reset myself back as far as I can to where we left off. I didn't get too much done. Oh, hello, whale. Hi, buddy. How are you doing today? I hope you're getting some nice fishies. And I just remembered I also talked to the fishmonger, and he wanted me to bring him one of the abyssal fish, and he kind of seems to have eaten it and gotten sick. Doesn't remember the day, is feeling a bit sluggish, so that was a little weird. I think there's a story there, but I think I concluded that he was an adult, and if he wanted to eat abyssal fish and make himself unwell, then that was his prerogative. I cannot stop him, he's an adult, but I am concerned about him. It's starting to get dark, so we should definitely head back in. Probably left it out a little bit too late here. Should probably look at getting some better engines. I would like to have my boat be just a little bit faster. And here we go, made it safely back to Greater Marrow. Hope the seagulls didn't get your catch. Those blasted pests. I mean, true. Seagulls are a massive problem around like fishing spots and things. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sell all our catch, and then we'll sleep the night, and tomorrow morning we'll head out and try and find those fish for the rig. And I do know from doing this last time that you can find the sea cucumber generally in our crab pots. So have a little check with the crab pot. Oh, and there we go, we found our sea cucumber. And there's also a cerebral crab. A turquoise mass swells from within the small crab. The growth pulse is quickening the light of the sun. We're gonna go ahead and just leave that in there for now, since we're looking for specific fish, but we'll come back and deal with that. I believe we can actually go to the painter and exchange them for paint colors. And we do also know, again, from where I messed up, I was recording, that actually in here, in these sort of black sludgy areas, there is the fish we're looking for. Okay, so here we go. There's an Osteican. It's not oceanic. Oh, there's a Tully Monster. Osteican. Yeah, okay. So we'll go grab the Tully Monster and the Osteican from in here. We go around. This, yeah, here we go. Tully Monster. So I did look up the Tully Monster because I thought I'd heard of it before, and I was right. I had a look at Wikipedia, and apparently it's an extinct species of soft-bodied marine animal, and it lived in shallow tropical coastal waters of muddy estuaries about 310 million years ago, and it is thought to be a carnivore who hunted in the water column. I think there's only one species that's known or being found, and that's been in the United States. And it's kind of stumped scientists for a while. I believe they've only found sort of partial fossils. And it's kind of got a really interesting and weird shape, so there's kind of a lot of debate and argument about what exactly it is and how to classify it, which is pretty common with lots of kind of prehistoric or animals and things we don't have fossils of, because it's kind of hard to put them back together and things. This is of course not something I'm an expert in. I'm not a paleontologist or anything like that. I just find it very interesting. It's definitely a subject I like to learn about. So that's kind of an interesting little tidbit, but we will head back to the iron rig now, since we have the Tully Monster, or the Tully Monster, is it's colloquially known, which is actually a much better name for it. So we have the Tully Monster, the Austriacath, and the sea slug on board. So we'll head off and drop those off, and then we'll hopefully find the paddlefish probably tomorrow, as it's getting a little bit late. Okay, we'll submit our samples. So we got the sea cucumber, the Tully Monster, and the Austriacan. Oh, some more Urca. Hi, buddies. Hi. You're so friendly. Okay, so here we're back towards Greater Marrow, actually. And we'll use our spyglass to see if we can spot a paddlefish. Don't think there's one here. So maybe go around the corner and see if there's one around there. Oh, here we go. There's a paddlefish right there. Perfect. We'll go ahead and grab that. I think of just enough time before it gets too dark. Yeah, I really don't like going in this sludge. The kind of way it makes my boat look like it's sinking and slows me down. Nope, thank you. Oh, and there we go. We got our paddlefish. And we're gonna go ahead and get out of here because, yep, not so much fun. Okay, and here we're back at the iron rig. And we'll go ahead and drop off that sample. And here we go. The scientist looks taken aback. He consults some paper in his desk and leads through an old encyclopedia. This is remarkable. Some of these species, have you caught these before? They haven't been seen outside the fossil record since, well, ever. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, the Tully Monster. Oh, I wonder if they're coming up from like the deep, because I think the Austriacath is also like a fossil. I'm not sure about the paddlefish, and I know sea cucumbers are around. I suppose it could make sense. The fish is opening caused some kind of disturbance in the deep, possibly spooking some of these fish up the water column. Are they doing like a Meg deal? Is this what it is? They were in the deep water. Oh, that's kind of funny. No. I'll run some tests on these. The scientist is interrupted by the foreman outside shouting through his megaphone again. The foreman blows an order. Engage reverse gear, get that drill out of there. Oh man. We just made it so much worse. Oh no. No. Ah, hell, that's enough. Drill is clear. I repeat, drill is clear. Shut it down. As I was saying, I'll run some quick tests on these specimens, though from the sound of things, you may have some additional samples together. It seems the reservoir is more unstable than we anticipated. Even the drill removed, it appears the fissure is continuing to expand. Unfortunately, there have been some reports of contaminants leaking the fissures in isolated pockets. There's always a chance this might happen. The engineer at the factory has been working on a system to siphon such contaminants from the water. I'd very much like a canister of it. I've been trying to keep a record of where all the dark liquids have been showing up. Come see me if you need pointing in to any contaminated patches. Okay, I guess we head to the factory. We're planning stages for an expansion on the factory. Maybe we'll be able to help out. Tier 2. Okay, they need another crate. And I have one left. Got let's work. The factory's core facilities have been improved. We can make some more items now. Then we need a siphon trawler. So we need a basic trawl net, another Iron Haven crate. I don't have another Iron Haven crate, nor do I have a basic trawl net, so we'll have to go out and grab those. I believe the science lab also wanted some more samples. They wanted samples from the Gale Cliffs. They wanted nautilus, a trilobite, a lancefish, and a solacina. I believe trilobites are definitely sort of fossil record. Nautilus maybe? No, I think Nautilus exists nowadays. Not sure about the other two, to be honest. Okay, I believe I can buy a basic net from the undermarket. Again, it is 250 bucks. I just want to put it in storage. To storage. There we go. And you know, it's kind of looking a bit late, so in the morning we'll go out and we'll grab one of those crates. Here we go, there's a bunch of this island over here. We'll just go ahead and pick them up. And we're back with the crate. And we also grabbed a few fish, so we'll just sell all of those for a little bit extra money. And to the factory. And we now have Iron Haven crate and one of these basic trawl nets. Construct. Okay, so these need to go on a net space, so it needs to go here. So we'll unfortunately have to undo the hydraulic rod. So go ahead and put that in our cargo. We can also get a material harvester. Increasingly robust net allows for the collection of more solid materials. Fish can't be caught in it like this. Ooh, that might be useful. And a flotsam trap. Once deployed, this trap expands into a large formation capable of gathering discarded materials. What do I need for that? I need a basic crab pot and an Iron Haven crate. Oh, okay, I think I can buy a basic crab pot, because that might be really useful, actually. Undermarket. Do you buy crab pots from here? Oh, I can't. Awkward. I'll have to go get one and bring one back. Oh, I might go for this enhanced spyglass I was talking about getting, since we have extra crates. There we go. And I can construct tier 2 of the tech lab, and I do have an extra crate on me, so I might as well do that as well. Okay, so these all just look like they mostly increase the speed of like my different components, so the engine or my rods and things like that. So that could be useful later on, but I don't currently have the research for that right now. Yeah, I think we're gonna head back to Little Marrow, siphon up some of the sort of goo back there, and we'll also grab one of those basic pots so we can get the kind of the flotsam trap, I believe, that catches the materials, because that would also be very useful for us. Ah! Breaching whale! Breaching whale! Hi, buddy! Give me a fright. Okay, so we made it back to the goo. I'm gonna go ahead and work out how this works. Do the siphon trawler on. So I click this starts siphoning in, and I think we can just, yeah, go ahead and start sucking this goo up. Degooification! Slurp, slurp, slurp. My goo. It's actually starting to get a little bit late. So we might go ahead and turn this off for now. We'll head in and we'll come back in the morning. And I have picked up a few bits and pieces on my travels, so have a look at the dry dock. As you can see, I got the +4 net spaces and the +2 rod spaces as well. So we can now go for our tier 2 hull upgrade, and we'll sort of check how much stuff we have and how much more we sort of need. So we need 2 more pieces of lumber. We do have enough scrap metal. And we'll need 1 more piece of cloth and also a refined metal. I believe you can buy that. I certainly had it at the undermarket. Don't know if they have it in town here. But we'll look into that once we have all the other bits and pieces gathered as well. I know it costs 500 pounds, so that's kind of expensive. Huh, what's that? A slab of rock juts from the water, bearing crude symbols of carved fish. At its base, a rough shape had been chiseled away. Oh, it looks like cod. Huh. Huh. I mean, I guess we'll come back to that. That's a bit weird. Interesting. We can find the oddest stuff. But I think we'll go back to siphoning up goo. I feel a little bit better about actually floating the place now that I can sort of help be one of the people to solve it. We're gotta suck up all this goo, and hopefully this helps just, undo a little bit of the damage I did by, helping put the drill on. That doesn't feel particularly good. Oh look, I caught a snag squid while I was just grabbing some fish to have a little money on the way back. Tasting tongues writhe wildly around sets of yellowed, crooked teeth. The top rows are flattened like human molars. No. Nope. Do not enjoy that. Very Elder Tower. Okay, we'll sell our fish and we will actually buy a basic crab pot from him so we can go ahead and get the flotsam trap when we get back to the iron rig. Dark ooze gathers on your vessel. So I was just doing some more sucking up of the kind of ooze, and I have a foul ooze congealed into strange and shifting shape. Apparently, come aboard. Lovely, that's just what we want. Anyway, back to sucking up some more, ooze. Okay, we've made it back to the iron rig, and we'll collect our dark canisters out of our net so we can go ahead and hand one into the science lab. Return canister. I have indeed. It is in my storage. There you go. He holds it up to the light. For a moment, the fluorescent bulbs in the room flicker and buzz, light recoiling in a pattern against the ceiling. Thank you. It's always important to know what you're dealing with in operations such as these. If he saw anything noteworthy about the liquid, he doesn't let on. Oh, and don't forget about that other thing I asked you to do. Have you had time to gather samples from Douglas? Nope, not yet. I have been busy. I believe I can use... the dark canister to be able to improve things. I could possibly improve my hydraulic rods. I do have a dark canister, an iron haven crate, and my hydraulic rod. And I don't have enough money. Okay, that's fine. I'll put this all back. I have to go do some fishing for that. Okay, and we'll also go ahead and create our flotsam trap. We grabbed the stuff for that. And actually, luckily we didn't use the iron crate there. And we don't have money for that either. Okay. We'll go grab some fish and we'll be back to make that in a second. Here, fishy, 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 fishies. Here, fishy, fishy, fishies. Okay, so we've grabbed a load of green mullet. We're just gonna go ahead and sell them to the generator, which should hopefully give us enough money to go ahead and get our flotsam trap. Okay, now we do have enough money for this. Perfect. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this video off here. It feels like we made some decent progress on helping clean up the mess we made, though there still is quite a lot to do. I'm also gonna go ahead and link in the description the video of the Tully Monster that I remember. It's quite an interesting watch, and if you want to, you can go watch that. I want to thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, if you could like, subscribe, leave a little comment, it really helps my little channel grow. I hope you all have a wonderful few days, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!